What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 5 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Tyrion Old World. Nope, every time. Immortal Empire's expanded campaign. So as we saw last time, the Scourge of Khaine are broken, Tularis defeated and gone, and Silostra Diarfan declared war upon one of our allies, whom, as in Silostra, we destroyed with gusto just outside the Shrine of Khaine, or in the coastline of the Shrine of Khaine. Otherwise, we have confederated Alariel the Radiant, who unfortunately is not ranked 12 yet, but we're looking to get there and maybe use her to sort of help build up our empire for a little bit, as she does seem to be a very good support lord, again, unsurprisingly, for the Everqueen. Otherwise, we are effectively in a new turn, aren't we, other than Alariel? So Tyrion can still move, and I suppose then we still do have things to do. Now, the first thing I figured that we do is actually, we could probably save a fair bit of money on these exalted units by doing this. If we cancel them, give me a minute. I got my reasons. And if we cancel them and then we go to the Patrons of the Realms, I noticed that the Northern Yvresse patronage at max tier gives us a minus 20% recruitment cost for all units. I think in the early game we'll get more value out of this, especially considering the horrific expense of elven units, than we would if we were to use this to support an actual army. Yes, don't get me wrong, 20 armor for spears and all that is great, but nonetheless I think we can put this to use for recruitment. So in that light, I wish I knew who the recruiter lord was. It was Kevin, right? Yeah, it was Kevin. All right, so we're going to take this at the cost of all that influence. Kevin, you are going to be the patron of North Yvresse. We will eventually switch you out, but for now, this will save us several thousand gold, I think. There we go. Then we are going to rebuild the Exalted High Elven Archers, the Exalted Heavy Arrowheads, and regular High Elven Archers. Ooh, look at the regular High Elven Archers. 65 missile strength. And, oh, super fast reload time reduction. Huh, that's actually quite interesting. By virtue of that, they probably actually cap out at their damage much quicker, because they will lose all their arrows, and High Elves actually have a relatively easy time getting to max reload time. They do have double projectiles though, so that's probably working in their favor as well. Anyway, we'll start with a couple of the regular Illyrian Reavers, leaving us a little bit of cash, which we want to spend on continuing to build up our empire, and a couple of other things. First of all, we do have Miss Mages available, and I do note that we have an Administrator one, which at 226 upkeep, especially if we put you into a Constructor Lord's army, will eventually be worth it. Yeah, so I think we will get you on field. You can't build anything now, but that's alright. The other thing... Oh, we got the blurb for Miss Mages. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll read you in a moment. The other thing is, I think we want to get a second Miss Mage as well. I know that this is costly, both in influence and money, but the second Miss Mage will go into Cadrill's army, allowing Trillion to become a actual tech thief, which was her original purpose. And I would really prefer to get some tech thievery going, because our techs are going to take a while at this rate. This is Food Taster's enemy hero success chance, which, don't get me wrong, is great. But what I wanted, yes, Court Attendant, hero action success chance. I really hope that you don't die and lose this, because we only have one. Anyway, I guess the Galleon's Graveyard is the closest place, so we'll go there for now, plus this will allow us to keep an eye on them. And then we will... Well, I guess we can't reach this place immediately anyway, but we'll get there eventually. You know what? You can feel free to land, now that I think about it. Count Noctilus, I see, is back, and... Oh, wow, we're heading up to Tier 4 on the Galleon's Graveyard. By the time we get there again, most likely it'll be Tier 4. Well, Cadrill, you have your work cut out for you. Good luck. Alright, next up, we still have some money to spend, so we're going to pop off the Exotic Animal Bazaar here. We'll upgrade Evershale. We will, I think, for now, delete the Militia Camp. We will replace it later. And build both the Woodsman's Hut and the... Let's start with the Elven Craftsman, I guess? Start with the Elven Craftsman and put the Woodsman's Hut here. We will rebuild this, but only at Tier 3. Like so. Here in Elisali, we are free to upgrade Karen Thel. And again, we will do so. And then build up the, I'm going to say, Elven Craftsman again. We could use the growth, but we need the money in order to then afford the growth, so I think we'll start with that. It's still, even with the low growth, fairly easy to get to the tier 3s. Plus, we are free to... this can be upgraded to tier 2, but then we can switch this back to growth and make it grow faster. This place, Eataine, will have to remain and rally citizen militia for now. Though we could upgrade, now we can't upgrade yet because it's rallying citizen militia. Right. Okay, fair enough. So that's fine as it is, and the guy in Vale is fine as it is as well. And this place we will not build yet because it's just too expensive and it's kind of not worth it. Although, we could at least upgrade the Haven here. It's going to take 7 turns, which is a while, but we may as well. Although I suppose... Wait, I wonder, what is... It's only going to take 1 turn to build the first level of the Sawyer, so maybe we'll build the Sawyer at Toran like next turn first, and then we'll deal with it like that. Alright, and that's decided. Then, we could move, but let's read the first blurb, which I believe was the Isle of Ulthuan Tor Sarwar, which we got when we confederated Alariel. Though many parts of Ulthuan paint a perfect picture of paradise, Tor Sarwar is a blight of ugliness, marrying the tranquility of Avalorn's eternal summer. Great heaps of volcanic rock lay strewn about its plains, breaking the landscape into eerie expanses of windswept cliffs and jagged gullies. It really doesn't look like that, does it? Through this haunted terrain, Illyrian reavers hone their skills, riding their steeds across the plains and hunting down cockatrices or chimeras for sport, presumably coming down from the Anuli Mountains. When the sun sets and the hunting ceases, he whose spear had felled the greatest number of beasts is granted the honor of carrying the regiment's standard into the next battle. However, he who slays the mightiest beast receives Kurnus' favor. When next he rides to war, he will do so as one of Kurnus' harbingers, blessed with peerless aim by the wild god of the hunt. Alright, now, Tyrion, I believe you are able to move, and so's Cadrill, but I think we're moving Tyrion now. And I guess we're gonna grab the Sword of Khaine, use it for a few turns, and... Huh? You can't reach in 1 turn? Really? Wait, march stance? Yes, you can. Okay, good. Go all the way to the Shrine of Khaine. Actually, I'm just now realizing something. Tyrion. We can use this. Korhander's Descendants, giving you more campaign movement range, and Always Ready, giving you more XP and weapon strength when attacking. That'll help out. Oh, lovely. Let's also level Caradrian, giving him Training and Weapon Master. The Handmaiden, at this point I suppose we could just get the Speed of Asuryan maxed out or in Weapon Master, just because it's going to bother me that we don't have it. And then the Mage of the Heavens, again, eventually to be replaced in this army, but for now you can have Arcane Conduit, and let's max out Curse of the Midnight Wind, because I use it all the time. Noble, you, sir. We could go through some of this to make you yourself stronger. There isn't anything here that would... Oh, right. Any army with significant numbers of Illyrian Reavers is going to have several of these noblemen then. Oh, wow. And increasing the speed of them. It should actually be pretty interesting. I'd like a Illyrian Reaver heavy army. That would be pretty fun. Anyway, Word of Eloic is... You are on your Eagle, so yeah. I was going to go with Word of Eloic last time, but then I think I got something else. Anyway. We could start moving towards Colossal Strike to make you stronger. There is unfortunately no HP increase, but I'm sure the additional melee defense will make you tankier. The Speed of Asuryan actually might be the better choice because it gives you speed to get into combat faster, thus taking less damage. A recruitment cost, eh? A Recruiter Lord could use a noble, but we don't have the extra capacity, so it's probably not quite as nice. I'm going to say Speed of Asuryan. And there we go, buddy. And that's it. Alright, Tyrion, for now, we will draw the Sword of Khaine. It's going to give us a Malice immediately, but we got 10 turns, as I recall, until it evolves, so we should be good. The only minor annoyance will be that if the Malice happens immediately, these guys will be below going to 150 again. But while we're here, let's make some use of a Champion of... No, Sword of Khaine, like so. Alrighty, and just to see, diplomatic relations -10 with all factions and control -2 for all provinces. So, yeah, okay, we'll just have to deal with it. Until it evolves and we give it back. Also, can you immediately head out to sea? Not through this side maybe.
Alariel guides me.
Yes, you can. Beautiful. Alariel will guide you indeed. Alrighty, then I do believe we're done the building. Phoenix Gate is not making any money, but it's not supposed to. Tordrenol is not to be upgraded. We got one more blurb, and then we got turn ending. Almost tempted to use the rest of our money to get another money technology, but we'll need to keep recruiting next turn with Kevin, so yeah. And just to double check, there wasn't a recruitment, another Herald of Mathon. Operation Scout, no. I just wanted to see whether there was an ancillary that would help us recruit, but it doesn't look like one such ancillary exists, unfortunately. Or maybe they do exist, but we don't have one, is what I'm getting at. Oh well, not a big deal, or at least I hope not. Let's skip, and blurb. Where are you? Mist Mages are among Ulthuan's most enigmatic spellcasters, their craft entwined with the secret magics of Yvresse, the land of mists. From childhood, they are trained to perceive the subtle currents of fog and shadow, learning to weave it into both defense and deception. To the untrained eye, the mists are simply weather, but in the hands of a mist mage, they become a living weapon, concealing movements, disorienting enemies, and masking the approach of Ulthuan's fleets. The shifting isles off the eastern coasts of Ulthuan are a place where the mists reign unchecked. Ancient illusions wreath the islands in a perpetual haze, hiding their true shape from intruders. Mist mages draw upon the lingering spells of these lands, bending the fog to their will. Ships vanish into it, coastal fortresses are blinded, and foes find themselves fighting shadows rather than men. In some tales, sailors swear they glimpse terrible forms moving within the swirling clouds, but whether these are conjured by the mages or the frightened mind of the beholder is never clear. History preserves many examples of the Mist Mage's power. At Marienburg, during the siege of the Reichsmouth, coastal gunners found their aim thwarted by an inexplicable fog that rolled in with the first shot. Under its cover, the High Elven fleets took formation and rained destruction upon the port, the mists parting for their eyes while hiding the fleet from all others. And another instance, when Dark Elf raiders attempted a surprise landing along the eastern coast of Yvresse, mist mages conjured a wall of rolling silver-gray fog that enveloped the beaches. The raiders' swift skiffs collided and became lost among the swirling currents, while Ulthuan's defenders moved unseen to cut off their retreat. By dawn, the sea ran red with their blood. To face a mist mage in battle is to contend not only with their blades and arrows, but with the very air itself. Shrouded in swirling gray and silver, they move as shadows within the fog, striking where their enemies least expect, and vanishing before reprisal can be mounted. Isn't that nice? Alrighty, kind of in some ways similar to the Lore of Shadows, go figure. Anyway, I do believe we are good to end the turn, so let's end it. Tyrion's got the Sword of Khaine for 10 turns. Oh, we better get some use out of it. I do wonder whether we should go for the Silent or for the Twisted Glade. I suppose it will depend on whether we are in range of the Twisted Glade immediately, or whether it would be better to grab this, then move here. Hello! Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but these guys just keep feeding us their armies. Tyrion, I'm sure, will be glad. Ooh, I wonder if Alariel can reach to reinforce. She can sail out of the port of Toranlek. I would once again really like to get the additional XP if at all possible. We gave her a Herald of Mathon, but obviously she doesn't have the same kind of movement speed that Tyrion does, or movement range. I take it this is Be'lakor. Joan, we're against Be'lakor, you'll give us money. We'll take your money, just not yet. Alright, looks like no further attacks on us. And anything interesting happening with these guys? Yes, indeed. We've got a fight against the Dark Elves. That's what I like to see. This time we got Wood Elves and High Elves against Dark Elves, plus a random Bretonnian Knight Errant just randomly shows up. But I'll take it. Destroy them all. Pyrrhic victory, casualties medium. We've got, Witch Elves against War Dancer. Oh, that's an interesting matchup. That's a very interesting matchup. Although, realistically, what we should do is just pincushion the Witch Elves because they're vulnerable. And leave the War Dancers to slaughter their way through the Bleak Swords, because the Caravan or the Convoy does still have to move. For now, though.
time has come to show our prowess once more. The day shall be ours.
We are relentless!
Alrighty, here we go. Wood Elves versus Dark Elves. Let's see how this goes. Also, next time I play Wood Elves, I'm going to do a run where I ally with Dark Elves instead of the High Elves, just for a nice little mix of the units. It's a little bit harder to ally with the Wood Elves as the Dark Elves, but the reverse isn't necessarily true because the Wood Elves being more in the neutral faction, they do have techs that give them relationship bonuses with Dark Elves. Anyway, the battle starts as our War Dancers head directly towards the enemy Bleak Swords, though it does look like the Bleak Swords hold decently well. Our single unit of Bretonnian Knights charge through, dishing out about 10-15% damage to a couple of units of Bleak Swords, and then charge through 2 more, dishing out a solid 25% to each before backing off. In the meantime, we've been doing our best to pincushion the enemy Witch Elves, who I ultimately decided did not want fighting our War Dancers because they would have given as good as they got and the 2 units would have torn each other apart. Instead, first we pincushion 1 unit and effectively delete it, and then leave the other to fight this banner. Doesn't feel quite right for the Witch Elves in my opinion, but anyway, to fight the Eternal Guard instead. Alright, the battle shifts in our favor to about 65, closing in on 70%, though the Witch Elves have torn the Eternal Guard to shreds. At the same time, the enemy Bleak Swords have fallen, but it has cost us about 50 and 55% HP on the 2 units of War Dancers. And then one of the units of War Dancers will give chase to the Black Ark Corsairs while we try to pin the Bleak Swords in place with our severely damaged Eternal Guard, and shoot them in the back while their shields are not presented to our units. Plus, one of the more damaged units of War Dancers, or the more damaged unit of War Dancers, will move to help against the infantry, like so, and begin cutting them down with their twin blades. Am I crazy, or did the banner change when this guy died to a different banner? Huh. I don't know if I imagined that or not. Either way, we are just about... Well, actually, the battle isn't quite won yet. A couple of units are rallying. The enemy Dreadlord has closed the distance with our Lauder and Seaguard, who are trying to hold them back with their spears. But with the Murderous Prowess / Mastery up and running, probably going to take a little bit. So we're going to move the Sea Helm in to lead from the 4. Actually, it looks pretty good with the Trident there, leading the Lothern Seaguard, though as to whether he's going to be able to win against the enemy Dreadlord remains to be seen. In the meantime, though, the rest of the enemy units are in a bad way, and looks like the Witch Elves are coming back, but not for long, as we will once again be able to pincushion them. That's the problem for the Witch Elves running fast, is that they can rally, but they run so far away. You once again have enough time to pincushion them, as the range is once again open. Looks like the last of the enemy Bleak Swords is gone, and our Knights Errant have finally caught the enemy unit of Black Ark Corsairs, who did actually manage to kite the other unit of War Dancers across the map and severely damage them. Not such a great matchup, I suppose, though funnily enough, these handbow units are anti-large, so they would actually, in theory, be doing pretty darn good against the Knights Errant. And by the looks of it are. 22 kills, 23 kills now, and nearly 10,000 damage. Solid work out of them. And the War Dancers will come in to chase them down, as with that the battle ends. All of our units very severely damaged, well, all the non-range units, which obviously weren't in the fight. But yeah, Dark Elven army turned out to be more dangerous than expected, but very pleasantly so. Great fight. Ooh, alrighty, there we go. A Pyrrhic victory and a tougher fight than I had originally surmised. I'm glad that we ended up going for pincushioning the Witch Elves, as they still managed to dish out plenty of damage, and while the Bleak Swords were minced pretty soundly by the War Dancers are still relatively fragile without the red line buffs from Wood Elf units, and thusly took a fair bit of damage. Good work out of the Bretonnian units, though. Even even though they got less damage dealt as gold value than the War Dancers did, they got a little bit more damage just by charging through various units, and that really helped out. I wish again I knew how many more turns you had left to travel there, Convoy, though I think if you run into another fight you won't be viable anyway, so we may as well just ransom the captives. Plus we actually need the bonus influence. Now, just out of curiosity... Okay, I thought this was our convoy, but it's just Eltharion. Oh, you're going... Yo, you're not going to survive this. Why? Yeah, no chance, buddy, no chance. Cadrilli got a barded a Thilmar's steed, good for you. Although, actually, for now... this will save us like 40 gold per turn or something, so I think we'll do that, yes. I'm going to be penny pinching a little bit. Okay, so the mage is gone. You are the resistant one, so you are going to head here. We will continue recruiting here for a bit, so you're fine as you are. Actually, Cadrill, I would like you to go here and pick up these 6 units. You don't need these guys right now. Alright, and then go back to this place. Yeah.
You called?
At least the Exalted Archers are considerably cheaper, and so are the Illyrian Reavers, and now we're gonna have to lose these 2 Leathern Seaguard, but obviously they'll find a place in another army. We still have enough money to recruit? I think we do. Grab a couple of extra Exalted Illyrian Reavers. And I wanted those Rangers for the army up north. I guess we could recruit the Exalted Spears just to put in the other army temporarily. It'll take an extra turn, but it is what it is. Yeah, I hate to spend the 3k on it, but it is what it is, as I have already noted. Anyway, do we want to recruit anybody else here right now, or are we good? This is going to cost us another, like, 1,000 gold per turn, actually 2,000 gold per turn, so I think maybe let's not overdo it, or else everything will get too expensive, and then it'll be sad. Who are you again? Oh yeah, you're the Constructor. You, since you're recruiting, I think are now ready to switch to Rebuild Lost Splendor. I think we will... This should do for now, until we get more cash. Alistar. Actually, we got this. So, Alariel, are you able to march stance in to reinforce? You are. The only concerning thing is Dastan Koldai might attack us. But if he does, he does. Not much we could do about it. Tyrion, you... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You can't actually... Oh, because you set sail. You can't reach them. I wonder if they'll run or they'll fight. Alright. You're gonna go right here anyway. Alariel, I suppose you're going to follow along then, though I wanted to send you, you know, more forward. Go here. I don't really care which one of you attacks. This little frickin' jerkface is gonna steal this island, though. But I don't think we can do anything about it right now. And I believe this was a mysterious island, was it not? Yeah. So Alistar, go to Toranlek. Okay, go this way, I guess. And in case they go by it while trying to hunt Bellicor, go grab that before they do. Gotta take the money. Is that another island over there? It is indeed. It's a sea corpse, but you know what I mean. Alright, good. You can be in Toranlek for now. And you guys are just gonna have to sit here. I hate to waste the turn on the Sword of Khaine, but we need to keep moving. Alrighty, Cadrill. You are... Oh, you're still waiting for recruitment, never mind. Trillion, you could steal tech, but it may be that we want to build stuff instead. And Benadal, you can stay here, but go to Angariel. I just want to double check, because this is region? No, it's province. Good. Stay here until you can recruit or build stuff next turn. Though, wait. You could both go to Shrine of Loek, actually. Make this slightly cheaper. Like so. There we go, save 150 gold, that's almost you being paid for this turn. You can also, as an administrator, boost income. And nothing else I think is super useful here on field, so we could wait. I guess you can get increased mobility. Like so, and then go back here. There we go. Okay, that works out nicely. Next up, what we will want to do is read the second blurb and then end the turn and see if we can't get this fight going. I was really hoping we get that fight immediately, but alas. Oh, I also wanted to check how many more turns. Oh, 5 more turns? Oh, I should have healed you. Yeah, see, again, I really would like to see how many frickin' turns the convoy still has left. But alas, what can you do? Oh well, anyway, what was the second blurb? Wait, was there a second blurb, or did I imagine it? Maybe I'm just imagining blurbs at this point. No, the second blurb was last turn was Miss Mages, meaning we don't have anything right now. Meaning we can end the turn. Meaning we're ending the turn, end the turn. And then we're building more stuff next turn, plus the recruitment. We'll see where you go. That I'm quite curious about. And I would like to use the Sword of Khaine before we put it back, so we're not suffering all the public order malices and stuff for nothing, ideally. Alright, where did that drowned army go? Aha, it's returning. Oh, did it land or did it... it looks like it came close to landing. Yeah, it did land. Okay, so it's no longer in full speed stance. A bit of a shame, but, well, we're right beside the island. And I guess we're going to the Twisted Glade now, because we've got to get the XP, and Delariel's right here to help out.
Well met,
and frankly, Alistar could probably move in and help as well. Anyway, Bellinaire the Wise, you want us to Defensive Alliance. At this point, yeah, sure, why not? Give us money for this. Go fight the Dread Fleet. Yes, go down there. If you lose your main army to the Dread Fleet, you might be willing to confederate. By that point, we may hit the required 150 relationship with you to at least make it easier to confed. No guarantee that you will confed, but easier. That'll be nice.
So much power.
Alright, what are we at here? Uh-oh. We could avoid the battle, or we could try this. The Imperials are going to be a lot weaker than the Dark Elves, though. And I just can't let the cargo go. Accept the deal. Let's give it a shot. The Eternal Guard are essentially non-viable, but we do have range superiority, and we have a cavalry unit, which the enemy does not. Pyrrhic victory. We're gonna have to heal after this, though. Go.
No challenge has ever defeated members of Bel-Shanar's order. This one won't either.
Alrighty, here we go. This time I'm gonna have to echo the sort of typical elven contempt for the humans there, while the Dark Elves were a much scarier force, and if our army went into that previous battle as damaged as we currently are, we probably would not have won, or at the very least would have suffered so much damage that the army would have been pretty much destroyed. This concerns me much less. Even with the severe damage in both of our units of Eternal Guard effectively non-viable here, I still think we'll be fine, because basic human troops are just plain inferior. And so we're going to start by irritating them and making use of our superior movement range. So we're going to use the Glade Guard to pincushion the non-shielded units, which means the Halberdiers a little bit. Solid stats though, 39 and 50. They actually have better stats than the Eternal Guard. More armor, more melee attack and defense. And nearly double their attack on the Halberdiers. Good for them. But I guess, well, the attack makes sense because, you know, it's a halberd as opposed to the spear, but still pretty impressive there. Nonetheless, the contempt will hold. For now, we will keep leading the enemy back and getting a volley or two off against the unshielded halberds, and then backing on before the enemy crossbows draw into range. That's the issue with the halberdiers having no shields here, and we will take full advantage of it. That said, we can only kite them for so long, and the enemy will reach our main army, which means we're going to have to move forward and attack. This has also given us the time for the Knights Errant to get around the enemy's stack and get ready to hit all those crossbows. We're going to move our War Dancers, damaged though they may be, into the center to start mincing their way through those swords, which we know since we've seen them annihilate Sartosa Militia or whatever pirate company units we ran into previously with no trouble at all. The Knights Errant will charge through the ranks of the enemy crossbows, damaging all three units, and now, most importantly, pinning them in place and preventing them from doing any further range damage. Our Lord has closed the distance with the enemy, as the War Dancers are now amongst the poor Empire swordsmen. And this is pretty much a perfect situation for the War Dancers. The Empire Swordsmen are lightly armored chaff infantry. We have fast attacks on an infantry mincing unit like this, and they will tear them to shreds. And they will do so with extremely entertainingly, all the while the Knights Errant charge in the background repeatedly through those poor crossbows, which can do absolutely nothing about it. And of course, as the arrows continue raining down on the enemy, we did have to get a little bit fancier with this one as opposed to the fight against the Dark Elves, but it made sure that we used our unit types to full advantage and cut the enemy down without too much trouble. Looks like the last of the swordsmen will break. A few crossbows still remain, though severely damaged thanks to the Knights Errant now, and we'll make sure that since the enemy lord is a hybrid lord, as in hybrid melee and range, not hybrid caster, he's gonna sit there and plink away with his pistol, but that just allows us to pin-cushion him. It's gonna take a while because we have no armor-piercing range damage in this army, and he's got 90 armor. And admittedly, he does look pretty fantastic, but he is going to get pin-cushioned. Although perhaps he will break or shatter rather long before he does, as now the War Dancers and the Knights Errant alike close the distance with the last remaining crossbows, either sending them flying or cutting them down with their twin blades, breaking the last of the units still willing to fight and forcing the general to flee as well. Though I do like the fact that the general was the very last unit still on field or still fighting. Good for him, though it won't allow him to survive. Alrighty, there we go. Another win for this little caravan, 2 in a row. And the battles remain dangerous. I guess since we have 4 more turns to travel, we should probably heal because it could potentially continue being dangerous. Alright, heal then we will. And I do believe you've leveled, sir. Gotta go for the casualty or punishment rate. I assume it's on functioning in the sea, yeah. At least you're not suffering sea attrition right now. Though you may very well. Either way. Hidden stores. Oh! And higher chance of encounters with mercenaries. Were those the mercenaries that we were encountering? Now, I note that this gives us unit experience rate, so I think we'll go for better scales next, especially since the red line is effectively useless in this particular army. So, yeah. Although when we get close to rank 12, we'll want to save up to try to get healing crystal as fast as possible, and maybe even Grim Discipline as well. That would actually really help the War Dancers out. So better scales. We don't actually want Pirate Hunter yet. I'd like the influence, but at the same time, the unit experience will presumably also be conferred to the Lord, and that is good. Alright, Barded of Thilmar Steed for Caradrian, who apparently leveled. Creation Scout for the Convoy. Lovely. Next up, you, Keevan, are still recruiting just for the 1 more turn. We here, however, will want to build things. Is there no blurb this time around? Not until we do something, I presume. Alright, fair enough. Huh, wait, we didn't... Oh wait, we did get a blurb for Illyrian Reavers, right? This is our first Illyrian Reaver recruitment.
At your service.
I think so. Anyway, you're going to give up 2 Lothern Seaguard without shields for these 2 Illyrian Reavers, which completes your army. Meaning you are good to go. Noctilus is gone. I find this somewhat concerning. I don't... Oh, maybe you killed Noctilus. You know what? If you did, well, I'd love for Safri to sail on out there so that we can confederate them easier. There's no guarantee that they actually will do it. And therefore, Cadrill,
We march on.
it's time. Time to go. Like so.
Asuryan
And I believe you are missing a Herald of Mathline. No, you are not. You have a Herald of Mathline. Good for you. We will also then take your... not your minstrel, not your food taster. Oh, advisor to the king can only be on lords. Therefore, you are going to grab the advisor to the king. For now. until we get another lord that, well, actually it's probably going to be Alariel. Ooh, our
Orders.
money just dropped down to a little bit lower, which ain't great.
As
Keep
it
moving
guides us.
forward. Good. And you
I
have
serve
Root
the
Marcher.
Phoenix King.
Seeking Arrows doesn't really do much for us at this time. You're going to want Bowmaster.
Can I offer assistance?
And admittedly, you're going to want Militia Master too. You know what? In case they manage to close the distance in melee, let's get your Militia Master to start. I mean, we'll get
My
both as best we
powers
can.
are yours to
You,
command.
I was going to have Steel Tech here. 700 gold is kind of insane for that, though. I will think about it.
Protector of the
We'll
Everqueen.
think about stealing tech. Yeah, you're too far now, unfortunately. They really did move far. Alright, fine, fair enough. Let's grab the
Lord of
shipwreck
the
with
Deeps.
Tyrion. I will try to keep an eye on where Bellicor is. Explore the island. What do we have here? Decisive victory. I think we're free to auto-resolve this. I'm going to hope it doesn't damage us too severely. Because this feels like a waste of time for our main stack. Auto-resolve. Wait. Auto-resolve. Don't screw us on this. Now we're okay. We'll take the money. Lovely. And we got 5k and a little bit of bonus XP. Alistar, you are a little bit ways away from that mysterious island. Let's hope we can grab it before these guys do. I don't see Bellicor anymore. So either he's got sunk, or we can't see him in the midst of the... Well, darn, there he is. Ah. We could attempt to chase him down. Oh, he's not in range of you, is he? I can't quite tell. Most likely he's going to move away this way, and we won't be able to reach him then. So I guess the question is there any real point to going over here if there is, if the likelihood is low? If we do proceed over here, this leaves a full stack at the Twisted Glade, which we wouldn't be able to defend against otherwise, and we're not at current time at war with Bellicor, so I think we're going to go this way to the Sea Corps. Or actually, are we? You know what? Go here to the Isles. You should still heal in theory.
To adventure.
Welcome.
We should next turn be able to send... Well, not necessarily next turn, but keep Alariel together with Tyrion, like so.
Alariel.
He's level 11 now.
Everqueen. of
Ishu
Ulthuan.
also wants to grab Earthblood, and I'm gonna say... Oh, both of these are really good options. I'm gonna say Lifebloom. It's gonna be reset at level 12 anyway. Alright, the rest of you are positioned well enough for our purposes. Go here.
Sailing on.
This way Bellicor definitely can't reach you. Alrighty.
Many
Not that you
of
being
the
immortal
White
are going to be
Tower.
too concerned about that. Benadal, you are, yes, you are about to build some stuff. The question is what and where. Let's go for Angariel. 3,000 gold, eh? 3,000 gold. Wait, is it worth it now to build an administrator? Probably still wouldn't pay for itself. Again, Alariel would be the better option for it. It's 258 upkeep, and it's 10% construction cost. So we need to spend at least 2,000 gold on construction per turn, every turn, in order for you to pay for yourself. And then some in order to get you the money back. The Elven Fairgrounds are reasonably cheap right now. Although admittedly it will also take Alariel a while to get down here. So perhaps that is not something we want to wait for. I build the Elven Artisan here, build the wood thing here regardless. Gotta keep the guy in Vale growing, go figure. This we're leaving alone minus the Sawyer, which will reduce the construction costs and hopefully make them viable. You are leveled up
Ready
now.
to serve.
And you have most of the important stuff. We are preserving our points here, so let's go for, I'm gonna say Bowmaster. We will still have Exalted Gateguard and maybe either Lothern Seaguard, Exalted Lothern Seaguard in your army, because you do buff them. You buff Gateguard, Lothern Seaguard, and Silver Helms. Yeah, we're going to want to get
Alariel
4 Silver
would be
Helms ASAP
pleased.
as well. And Crusher, anything interesting at rank 4? Doesn't look like it. Get your Asuryan's Haste for 1 point. That's pretty darn solid. What rank do you need to be for Logistics? 10. 8 for Captain of the Phoenix Guard, though. Ooh, free campaign movement range. I do like that. Checking if there's anything in. Actually, the casualty or punishment rate for Phoenixes is nice. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna ignore the rest of this, at least for now.
Asuryan
100 gold, I really don't want
You
to
have
spend
use
it.
of my
Tech
power.
thievery. But it's probably worth it. Even though it sickens me. Oh, you know what? I should have gotten that other mage up and running when we...
Faithful servant.
When we had the recruitment bonus. Actually, let me just check something. Champion of Ulthuan. You get replenished foreign territory with this, which could be helpful. Militia, target army suffers, all characters gain XP. Okay, yeah, nothing that we need to use at this current time, I think. Yeah, no. I'd rather save the influence. Alright, I think we will forgo the Administrator Lord for now, meaning you can get a Craftsman. And we will upgrade the Tower of Lysanne. We could save the 1 turn's worth of money, but it's probably not a big enough deal. Yeah. I think. Yeah, alright, fine. Let's get another Craftsman going in Angariel as fast as we can. Alright, that looks good to me. And diplomacy check.
Can I offer
What do we have here? Tyrion wants the non-aggression pact. Still fighting with Illyrian, though, and frankly, they're probably going to take the Shrine of Remembrance, but let's keep everybody allied with us at least, even if not allied with each other. No further defensive agreements, no confederations, and the Drowned still want peace and are willing to offer us 5.7k gold, but since we're not going to Bellicor, we're going to try to go for the Twisted Glade and to grab Val's Anvil, which is now owned by Nagaryth. Huh. Actually, that may work. If we take Twisted Glade, which is here, we might be able to actually just trade it to Nagaryth. That would be great, and then we could build it up and get that landmarks fest as we possibly elvingly can. Yeah. Do we need to upgrade Tordra now? I think we do. Now that we have the... Well, I guess we could wait for this to go up to level 2, so now. Alright. Alright, fine. Let's steal tech. You better succeed at this for paying all this money for it. Oh, that reduced the hero action success chance.
The winds are
The hero action cost, rather. Success. Good. And you leveled up off of that. Well done, Trillian. I'm gonna need some solid elven-themed tech thievery names as well, so do leave those suggestions below. Armor speed, potion of strength, scroll of shielding, those will probably turn into something. Shadow armor, it might have some niche uses. We do have the armor of fortune now. What armor is Tyrion using? Alright, he's using the gilded cuirass. He's fine. You have the helm of discord, Caradrian. You have no armor. I guess we could give you the armor for now. I should give it to Illyrio.
Servant of light. Radiant.
At least for now. While she's close to where fighting potentially is. Being a legendary lord and all that. Potion of strength on Illyrio, kind of a waste. I feel like we should give that to Caradrian.
Servant of the king.
He hits much harder. I like so. And the speed and Vanguard deployment. I don't think you need Vanguard deployment, but we'll give you the Shadow Armor for now. And we're good. Alright, skip. And in the turn. You know what? I know it's 6,000 gold. I know it's insane, but we're going to pop the Invocation of Vol. We have to get it on cooldown. It's been too long. I wanted to pop it earlier, but just couldn't find the gold. Do it. Come on, Chest of Sustenance. Ah, no Chest of Sustenance. Damn. Unfortunate. Bad luck. Oh well. This gives us Battle Healing Cap and... I mean, expert charge defense in area is nice, but the range is really short. Blade of Sea Gold does enable armor destruction, which is also nice. Sapphire Guardian Phoenix gives us spell resistance in infinite range on the map. Well, that's not bad. You gotta go with the Sapphire Guardian Phoenix, I think. Yeah. We can certainly put that to use. And I guess this mage will carry it for Tyrion. Although the fact that it gives 8 melee defense is also pretty nice. I'm almost tempted to say we could temporarily give it to, for example, Caradrian. He's going to be in the fight where the mage is not. Spell resistance. Area affects everybody. Yeah, for now. And it's a Guardian Phoenix. So, you know, that kind of makes sense for Captain of the Phoenix Guard. Alright, let's end the turn then. I'm curious to see whether these guys will respond in some way to us being here. I'm also curious if when we land, we can attack with both of the armies. Would be nice. But there's no guarantee of it. Also curious to see whether our convoy will go again. Third time in a row. No peace treaty. Will you attack us? No. Oh, you're gonna move past. Oh, you little jerk face. You have the face of a jerk. There's no way we can reach you, because they keep moving around in full speed stance, and there's basically no hope of catching them. Which is quite the annoyance. I'll double check nonetheless, but I really don't think so. They seem to be able to travel much further than us, which would make sense since they're a sea-based faction. We might be better off just trying to ignore them. Using Alariel to bolster the defenses of one of these places and having just Tyrion attack the Twisted Glade, but I really wanted that rank 12 on Alariel. Alright, let's find out. Ally begins outpost construction. Construction cost reduction for Kievan. The Isle of Ulthuan Evershale. Huh. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought we'd already read the Evershale blurb, but we actually read this blurb rather than this blurb, so we'll take a look at that and the Great Vortex in a moment. For now, though...
Isha walks the land again.
Huh, Alariel's just in range.
Ulthuan's defense.
And Tyrion
It shall
is
be done.
also just in range, surprisingly.
Not
Huh.
this time.
Protected
Well
by
then,
the
that
Everqueen.
works out. Is Alistar in range? Huh, he might actually be in range of both of this guy. Go here.
Anchors away.
Go for shiny boots and fresh recruits. Yeah, hold on to that. Then go here, I guess.
Mathland's domain.
To reinforce, we will want the XP. You're getting closer and closer to rank 12, at which point our recruiter Lord Kievan well, actually, our recruiter Lord Kievan will want to move north immediately then to deliver these troops. Alright, and go through the inner sea, land at Evershale.
What news?
I guess we can read the Evershale blurb before fighting. And did you just embark
Guardian of
here
the
rather than
Phoenix
through
Crown.
Angariel? What are you doing?
I
Oh, are you
acquiesce.
actually going south? I'm
a
surprised, kind of
dignified
impressed by it. Minus 70. Why is the our relationship with you rising, but our likelihood of confederating you is lowering? Come on, man.
The crew are
Don't do this to me,
restless.
man. And, ooh, this has just reached rank 4. I fear you will not be able to land and attack it in one turn. You can land nearby, though, and grab this mysterious island, and hopefully get something nice out of it.
Your
You, in the
word is
meantime, will
like
spend the 700 gold again,
It shall fall.
successfully.
Landfolk are weak.
And I still don't see Noctis. Fortified Grog for... Hello, free gem of Sunfire? Yes, please. And fire resistance. And a Curse of Cannibalism. This will come in very handy for this.
Lady of Ulthuan.
Alright, go right here. I'm reasonably
Starting
sure
a
we can
course.
attack next turn. Since you found it, we're going to give this to Gem of Sunfire to the Mist Mage. Though it'll actually probably going to go into Caradrian's army because the fire resistance plus all the fire spell work is going to be nice. Then we are going to read one blurb, then we'll fight, then we'll read the other blurb, then we'll end the turn, then we'll fight again. Alright, so blurb 1 is Evershale, short. Evershale is a small village right by the waterside. It has no walls and is built from logs with wattle and daub roofs. It is one of the few permanent settlements to be found on the coast. We have a ton of permanent settlements on the coast, but anyway. Most of the elves that dwell within Avalorn are nomadic, or live deep in its... Oh, probably it means one of the few permanent settlements to be found on the coast in Avalorn. Anyway, the trees around the village are hoary and ancient. Panthers stalk beneath the canopies of leaves, and if one listens closely, they can hear in the distance the growls of even larger predators, perhaps manticores or griffins. The perfect place for the Avatar of Kurnos to embark on a hunt, perhaps? Perhaps indeed, sir.
will use
Alrighty,
my gifts.
let us see you move here. If you attack, will that increase the XP you gain? You can move Tyrion as a march dancing reinforcement, in theory. But frankly, you still need to travel together, so it don't really change anything, but... And plus, you two... Would you be in danger if Tyrion moved away afterwards? Is another island? Yeah.
Alariel's
Would like to maybe
champion.
preserve his movement range.
Speed is essential.
You know what? Yeah. Go into March stance. We'll have a Lariel attack. Here's a Sword of Khaine. He'll be fine.
Mathland. I seek your protection.
And then a Lariel. I hope that this doesn't interfere with your movement range, or we'll have to... Okay, now you're fine. Alright, go. You. Come on. If this gives you rank 12, this will be perfect.
Our strength is failing.
Away we go. And both are in range. We will fight this. It is a full stack.
Driving back the dark, guided by light. Asur!
Alrighty, well, we will attack, but it's going to take a little bit of time, because we will want to wait for our reinforcements to arrive on field, especially as Tyrion is here with the Sword of Khaine, and, well, he's going to do a lot of damage, or at least he should. Besides, we don't want to suffer too much damage from the enemy army here, as we want our armies to, possibly separate, depending. Though I hope that this battle will give us the rank 12 on Alarielle and will enable us to reset her, as that would be ideal. Anyway, our reinforcements have arrived on the battlefield. We gotta put them into formation quick as we can. And just move our artillery pieces forward just enough to fire upon the enemy. Obviously, we could have started that off while we waited for reinforcements, but then we would have gotten attacked while we did. And there we go, the Eagle Claw bolt throwers are now in range, and we'll begin hosing the enemy lines down with those bolts. Now, don't get me wrong, Eagle Claw bolt throwers aren't great to start off with, but previously playing High Elves in SFO, I've definitely seen the bolt throwers get up to pretty ludicrous capability eventually. Between techs and the hero buffs and stuff, they can get really strong and fire for, like, I believe we capped them out at somewhere around 900 or 1100 damage or something like that at max reload time and max damage bonuses, which is pretty strong. And even these guys, just with the low veterancy and relatively low buffs that they have, are already at 518, which is pretty solid. They'll do a little bit of work, though admittedly the relatively loose formations of the zombies aren't going to be the best for it. I also don't think it'll matter over much. Anyway, the bolts will continue coming down upon the enemy while we move forward a teensy bit and get ready to activate a few spells. The mage now has that fiery convocation, Ring of Khaine's Fury, which we will want to get on cooldown immediately. It'll half the HP of a couple of units. Granted, if it had hit them directly, it would have killed them both, but I wanted to make sure that it was on cooldown, so if we could use it again, we would be able to later on down the line. Chain Lightning comes down on 2 units of polearms and clips, I believe, well, clips 1 units of handgunners. All told, not so bad. And I believe it's time for the enemy to start closing the distance. Scurvy Dogs, by the look of it, will be the first to reach us, though the AI is kind of surprisingly being foolish about the way that it's using its Scurvy Dogs here. Obviously, they're ultra fragile. I think they're the most fragile dog units in the game. They have no melee defense whatsoever. And the fact that they're undead makes them even more fragile by virtue of the fact that they are going to start melting away. Anyway, the weird thing was the AI decided to not move them around and go for our flanks. Anyway, we're going to activate the Madness of Khaine Vortex. Unfortunately, the AI is not blobbed up enough for us to take advantage of it, and Tyrion, by the looks of it, kills off the enemy vampire fleet captain in 3.1 blows. He hits for 1.6k with the Sword of Khaine at its first or 0th, I guess, level, and combined with the Curse of Anarion. And that keeping in mind that he has no traits in his fighty tree, his red line buffs that would eventually make him stronger. And Caradrian comes in to steal the kill from the guy with the Sword of Khaine. I feel like that's a bad idea, even for Caradrian. But I suppose he knows the moment of his death, and therefore he knows that Tyrion won't cut him down for his temerity. Anyway, or perhaps it's his way to try to prevent Tyrion from succumbing to the curse, or to the whispers of the sword and the call for more blood. He's already defeated the enemy lord and/or captain there, after all. He didn't really need to get the kill. Anyway, the balance power shifts fully in our favor as the enemy is soundly destroyed. Nice to see the Eagles, the Phoenix, and the Treekin working together with some spears and range units firing at the zombies. Obviously, the deckhand mobs with polearms are holding for quite a while, but that's what they're for. And they do quite well at it. I've always been a little bit, thankfully we at least got the Grave Guard with halberds for the Vampire Coast, but even with them, it would have been nice if they had like zombie halberdiers as well for, or skeletons with halberdiers. Halberdier skeleton, well, you know what I mean, has cheap chaff, because, I mean, there's plenty of them around Sylvania, halberdiers to raise, I mean. Anyway, decisive victory, and no problem at all, minimal damage, but we outnumbered the enemy, and so they had no chance. Alright, no problem at all, unsurprisingly, as we did have more than a full stack, and, well, if you're the undead and you're the one outnumbered, you're gonna have a bad time. Yes, Solariel does reach rank 12, which is what we were after here, which is pretty important. First of all, though, at 8,000, it looks like Red Shirt's Revenge, again, takes the prize of all the named ships companies, and Tweety actually didn't do that much in this particular battle because it didn't really have time to drop that Wake of Fire on everybody. Take the 2,000 gold. Then, enemy killed in battle, enemy killed in battle. What is important here is this... Are you kidding me? It lied. Game. Okay. Well, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Tyrion... go in the march stance. You don't really need to heal. Go right beside this. Oh, actually, you know what? Go here then. We'll send Alariel this way to grab the island. You two stay together.
Across the waves.
Once Alariel is rank 12, we will give her army to Alistar and then reset her. And he can keep moving until, well, he reaches whatever rank he's looking to reach. Also, I'm now realizing that... maybe... the administrator here is worth it after all, and the reason being that Kevin, being a recruiter lord, is also acting currently as a delivery lord, which means he's not providing the bonus advisor to the king thing, which he should be, especially as Lothern is where we need to have that pretty much constantly. So, we'll go for the administrator at rank lower, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Administrator. Administrator of Death? Why not? Like so, hey, Archmages, a blurb. An aspirant to the White Tower is expected to swiftly gain a proficiency in the 8 lores of magic. Only then can their true education begin. Through decades and often centuries of painstaking research and scrupulous study, they learn to master magic in its purest form, an art known simply as high magic. Those who have mastered this most challenging of lores hold the entire spectrum of magic at their command. At an Archmage's word, shimmering fields of magical energy spring into being to protect his allies, and the fires of courage blaze anew within their hearts. The truly gifted can even becalm the winds of magic themselves, collapsing a raging tempest until naught but a gentle breeze remains. Yet it should not be thought that a high magic is reserved for defensive means alone. With but a wave of his hand, an Archmage can call down the wrath of the heavens, paralyze her foes, or immolate whole regiments with Asuryan's fire. It is little wonder, then, that in times of strife, the Phoenix King will beseech the Tower of Hoeth for aid. The lore masters of Sapphire never shirk from their duty, for they know that their gifts stand between Ulthuan and annihilation. Traditionally, Archmages fulfill an advisory capacity in addition to their battlefield roles, lending an insight that transcends mortal comprehension. Would you say it's beyond your comprehension? Anyway, such knowledge has even led to Archmages being given command of whole armies, a state of affairs that is especially common when Ulthuan is beset by supernatural threats from the realm of chaos. Anyway, you're going to pop in here. We'll give you the advisor to the king. We could really use more of these. What do we do to get this? Idle in a region with an aristocracy building. So that's idle in a region with an elven gardens? We only got one because both of these guys, well, I guess they weren't idle, were they? Go figure. Alright, well. Anyway, you build up the tower. Wait on the Warhol. There's no need to spend money on it. Build this up instead. We have to then move to Caranthel and get stuff upgraded there. Although the 10% is probably not going to be worth it. Build the Elven Artisan and start on the Cinnabar mining pit here. And then go back here. Alright, and with only 2.4k money income, we gotta fix that. This, I think we are too far away from to reduce the construction cost at this time, so we'll build it now. And let's go for another Elven Craftsman. And then, once you're rank 2, we'll switch back to growth, at least in this particular location. This still needs to be upgraded as well, Marble Quarry, before we upgrade anything here. Shrine of Khaine is now reasonably defensible, depending on the kind of stack that attacks it, mind you, but nonetheless. And I do believe that's it, other than... So Cadril doesn't need to move. That was the only blurb, right? Or was there another? No, it was not the only blurb. There's still the Isle of Ulthuan, the Great Vortex. And that's it. Okay, so we gotta go with the Great Vortex. Yes, yes, double checking. I don't want to miss a blurb. We had some really good ones last episode, so. Ulthuan is spanned by a network of waystones, towering, rune-carved menhirs that channel and redirect the winds of magic. Each waystone collects the raw power of chaos and directs it to an inward neighbor. Thus are the magical energies of the world inexorably drawn, like the waters of a whirlpool, to Ulthuan's heart. There the magic is drained from the world by the Great Vortex, the last and most brilliant enchantment of Calador the Great. All Caledonians are great. Anyway, the Great Vortex is centered on the Isle of the Dead, the ancient memorial ground of the Elves. It is not a true island, but rather an archipelago of waystones whose arrangements are laid in symbols of mystical significance. These menhirs vary greatly in size. Some... I lost my spot. My bad. These menhirs vary greatly in size. Some are scarce a dozen feet tall, and slim as an elf, whilst others are as tall as mountains and nearly a mile in girth. Really? That's pretty big. Without the latent spiritual energy contained within these waystones, the conjuration of the Great Vortex would have been impossible. The Isle of the Dead exists outside time, beyond the reach of the physical world. Its black-robed guardians keep a grim watch to ensure it remains that way. If an intruder were to be allowed upon these haunted shores, he would find the High Elf mages of old, caught like flies in amber, still chanting their ages-long spells to preserve the balance of the world. Despite the Great Vortex, magic has left its mark on Ulthuan. Strange lights flicker in the skies, beautiful voices dance upon the wind, and waterfalls resonate with otherworldly music. Indeed, Ulthuan's entire being is now sustained by magic. During a time known as the Sundering, the continent was racked and shattered, its remnants saved from the hungry sea by desperate enchantments. Only by harnessing the vast power drawn in by the Waystones can the elves ensure that Ulthuan is not swallowed up by the ocean. Dun dun dun. Alright. Anyway, I do believe with that we can end the turn. Skip, 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 skip. I did diplomacy, I think, but I just want to... Oh, I did not do Manan's Blades. Who the heck are you? Pirates of Sartosa? At war with blooded wanderers in southern Sentinel. Huh, some kind of weird little horde faction. Interesting.
Defend.
I said no.
But interestingly, they are willing to give us 2,000 gold for a non-aggression pact with them. We can always cancel it later if it's negative to us. Why not? Whatever. It's free money for basically nothing.
Not.
What am I to say now? Illyrian, ally missions, Maddie Sawyer. Yeah, we'll take your mission. Why the heck not? Alright, and that gave us a little bit of our money back. You have to deliver your stuff still, but otherwise we're good. And the turn. And the turn. I was about to say we could switch techs, but I think we're okay. Hopefully Ilaria levels up over the end turn. I didn't check if she was 100 short, because in that case, she'd still be able to level up. Frankly, I would have loved to get Ilariel the defeat trait for Silostra, but I don't think we're going to wait. We need to break these guys. And who knows if she just sails away or something, and also how long it takes Ilariel to get here while Tyrion sits around doing nothing. Corhill, what you want, bud? You want to join war? We will do this again later. Minus 68, no dice. But you're not at 150 yet. Ooh, I gotta double check Safari. Gotta be getting a little bit better there. Right, it looks like we are near the end. Gotta be, what, 2 turns left on the convoy? I'm gonna double check in a second. Hey, the free golden crown of Atrazar, that's nice. And the war banner is nice as well. Trumpeters, buffs for most of our melee basic troops. Alright, so nothing from the convoy. 2 turns, yes. Alright, and it looks like they'll actually reach the... Actually, don't remember where I sent them. Oh, we sent them to the Citadel of Dusk. Rather than Star Tower? No, we sent them to Star Tower. Go all the way to the Citadel of Dusk, but might as well just start with the Star Tower and then go afterwards. We shall see. In fact, they're seeing right now. Anyway, did you level up, Alariel? No, so close though. Oh, and you're just out of range of the Sea Corps? Good lord, game. Why do you hate me? Alright, are you able to... Okay, you know what? Tyrion, I can't guarantee that this will work, but maybe you can land an immediate lay attack. If you can, that would be real swell. Give it a shot, bud. Come on. Come on. You're gonna sail... actually, yeah, you are gonna sail away. Works for me. Twisted Glade. And oh, there's basically no defenders. Well, sucks to be them. We can just auto-resolve this then. For some reason I thought this would be heavily defended, but it's because I was looking at the Maelstrom earlier and I was like, oh, it must be as heavily defended, but yeah, nowhere near. Alariel, March Stance, and Disembark here, which should put you to rank 12.
Your command?
Yes. Come on.
I lost.
Like so. And you can... Oh, you can't land nearby? Oh. I don't think so. I think I'd rather not risk it then.
To victory.
It's a shame, but it is what it is. We will auto-resolve this, which will put you to rank 12.
Bring me
And
battle.
not put any significant damage on anybody. Plus, we got a Razor Standard out of it. Nice find, Occupy.
Occupy this.
Alright, and then Giant Blade, and then a free Bard. Always a good find. Tyrion, you can hold on to that Razor Standard. And we will try to trade... Assuming that you still own Vol's Anvil. Wait. Yes. Try to trade for that with Nagaryth. Though I assume that...
my southern kin.
Yeah, we can't reach it from here, but we have the trade settlements mod now.
Shield of Alaria.
That I used in the Bretonia campaign, and I think that I
Mistress
will
of the
keep because
Undying
it's kind of
Forest.
annoying not to be able to trade settlements. Anyway, you go here. Alariel reached rank 12, meaning you will take her army for now. Use it to level up, grab a few islands, do what you need to do.
Awaiting orders.
Come on.
Queen
And
of
Alariel
Overhaul.
needs to be reset because we will use her to both construct and to help. So, and to kill you. A little bit of attrition is going to be annoying, but it is what it is.
Alaria,
And to
Everqueen.
help. I do still need your, you know what, lose a Sword of Strife and armor, and then reset yourself. Confederate in 3 turns. Good. Safari. What are we at here? 138 heading to 155. Still looking good, though it's still minus 71. If they still need to lose an army. But if we can get them to fight somebody else, like, I don't know, the Cult of Pleasure or something, we shall see. Speaking of, you are going to go here. So attack
It
again.
shall fall.
Failure. Oh, game. Come on. Alright, Encadrill. This is your moment. It's time for these guys to hopefully die. Will you be able to... How much artillery do they have here? It's a tier 4 settlement. They don't have anything too fancy. The Rotting Prometheans could be annoying. We have to just make sure that we don't get killed by artillery. Mist Mage. That's you. Mathland Spite for obvious reasons. We immediately get the Overcast variant. And wait, I forget. Do we want the Overcast or non-Overcast? Okay, this one doesn't matter. What matters is, I think, is it Ledriel Shroud? Yeah, Overcasting Ledriel Shroud makes it heal. Walk Between Worlds is what again? What's the Overcast version? Okay, so the effect area, that's nice. Flensing Har, oh, Flensing Har is great. We should probably get that. And Obscuring Haze we want to have, oh, but then we wouldn't be able to get Overcast Flensing Har. Yeah, gotta go with doubling up on, oh, damn it, yeah, doubling up on Flensing Har so that we can debuff enemy in an area. Oh, actually, wait. It's just a greater effect, but the missile block chance reduction. Nah, you know what? Go Methan's Spite, Obscuring Haze, and Flensing Har.
Princess.
Noble. You're rank 10. I guess we can still replenish troops. Let's do... We did Man's Affairs last time. Let us do... Yeah, let's do Lizardman Affairs this time around. And then you are technically saving points for all this stuff. You can have Blade Stewardship, because in this particular army, that's what you want to get. Although, admittedly, we could get some mileage out of Rain Stewardship as well. And then we'll go for Renowned and into Esteemed Combatant, though we are the ones attacking. You are going to also grab... go for Weapon Mass. Now, so I'll still go Speed of Asuryan. And
I serve the feast.
you are currently at war with Safari, Ivras, and Tyranok. Who's the richest? Safari, is that you now? Join war against the Dread Fleet. Would you join war against the... Nah, the Drowned are dead anyway. 900?
No glory.
Alright, how about you, buddy? Join war against the Dread Fleet? 700. Yep, Safari's richer than you. Alright, fine.
Your word shall
Every little bit
reach the
counts. So
Phoenix
Dread
throne.
Fleet, join war
Choose
against...
them
Yes.
carefully.
Good. And we've waited long enough. Time for them to die.
A wise course. By the gods!
Alright, away we go. We've got to be careful, but we should be fine.
Asuryan wills it!
Alrighty, here we go. Though perhaps Mathlan wills it more than Asuryan in this particular case, as this is the Maelstrom after all, and perhaps he thinks that the elves should be in control of it. Anyway, here we go. Our first look at the Exalted units, or semi-look. It's kind of too dark to really see the High Elven archers and heavy arrowhead archers, but we'll take a look at them when we're on a brighter map. Ah, there we go. It depends on what angle you're looking at on the Maelstrom map, which is kind of weird. Anyway, we'll see how well these guys do, but I expect great things from the regular Exalted High Elven Archers non-heavy arrowheads, in particular 92 missile strength, thanks to their reload time being now down to 5.5. Pretty darn solid. We can, I think, easily get it all the way down to the minimum of 4. We also do have 2 units of Illyrian Reavers, 2 archers and 2 regular Illyrian Reavers. Most likely later on in this army we will replace them with all units of, all units of Illyrian Reaver archers, because it's a ranged army. But I'll think about it. Although I did want more Illyrian Reavers in another army that would take more advantage of them. And then all the way back here we got the spear, or rather than the bow variant. Though I imagine they look more or less the same. Again, it's a very dark map, so... But it does look pretty neat with all of the... It's almost like it's almost like it's black and white or grayscale or something here. And the vortex kind of sucks the color out of the world as well. Anyway, going to move forward now, going to try to get in range of that Gem of Sunfire. I really wanted to try to hit the mortars with it. Unfortunately, couldn't quite reach them. Do hit them with a quick little Ladriel's curse, but... or is it Mathlan's Spite? No, Mathlan's Spite. But it only does about 20% of their HP and damage, and the much faster Sirens catch up to the Mist Mage, so we have to emergency pop that Gem of Sunfire to get the Sirens the heck away from us. Smartly, the AI immediately moves them away from the Vortex, abandoning their pursuit of the Mist Mage at first. And then giving chase to him once more and catching up very quickly with the Vampire Fleet Captain, who does take a fair few arrows to the face, losing about 30% of his HP, but continuing to hit the poor Mist Mage, who was desperately trying to escape. In that light, we're going to send our Noble through the ranks, who can actually duel the enemy Fleet Captain and try to get the Mage to survive. There we go. The Noble engages the Captain, but a second Vampire Fleet Captain joins in, and that's a dicey proposition for any warrior fighting 2 vampires at the same time. In the meantime, a second unit of Sirens has reached our battle line, and it looks like something hit... Oh, actually, no, that was the Mist Mage, yeah. The mortar shells continue to scream overhead and come down on us, but not for much longer, as the Illyrian Reavers, the non-range ones, which were deployed in the forest, have now reached the enemy mortars and will break them down. In the meantime, the Illyrian Reaver archers have headed out of the forest as well, and are going to bring down those deck droppers before going after the rotting Prometheans. But leading these 3 units, especially those rotting Prometheans from the main line, works pretty well for us. Also a pretty solid debut for Kidrill here to take on the Galleon's Graveyard. And assuming that we can carry the day here, which I think, considering the balance of power, is at about 60% in our favor now, and we still have plenty of ammunition remaining, there's a pretty decent likelihood of us doing. It'll be a solid feat. Anyway, Animated Hulks have made their way forward, but we did do a little bit of focusing them down in range, so they're down to about 60 or 40% rather of their HP. The enemy range units are being focus fired as well, but not the ones that we charge in the rear with our Illyrian Reavers. And there we go. They may not be Silver Helms, too weak to fight any, well, really fighty units. But between the fact that they have Bone Crusher and the fact that they have a solid charge bonus, they will absolutely obliterate enemy infantry. Better than a regular light cav. Alright, and it looks like we can back them off as there are not enough enemy range units remaining, so our own range units don't kill the Illyrian Reavers. While the Illyrian Reaver archers have now destroyed the enemy flyers and are going after the rotting Prometheans, keeping in mind that we have anti-large missiles on our exalted Illyrian Reaver archers, who are actually at max reload time, and should annihilate those rotting Prometheans without too much trouble. I also gotta once again point out that we have the regeneration, thanks to that curse of cannibalism that we got. And thusly, between the aquatic trait and the curse of cannibalism, the Lothern Sea Guard were really able to hold well down in the water here. Looks like the enemy's melee line is collapsing, especially without Count Noctilus here to help them out, though basically when we destroyed his original Necrofex and Depth Guard that he starts with, he was pretty much doomed from that moment. Because we were inevitably going to redeclare war on him because, well, partly it's one of our short victory conditions to wipe him out, and partly because his proximity would always be a threat to our High Elf convoys. Alright, and looks like the rotting Prometheans lie defeated. One unit remains on the map, and in the entire Maelstrom, a zombie pirate deckhand mob. Though there is, I suppose, a chance that the dead rise after this battle. Or wait, actually no, this is a garrison, so there is no chance of them rising. There we go. With that, the last zombie drops and the galleon's graveyard is claimed for Mathlan. Who knows, pieces of previously sunken bits of Starwood may have shown up here, and perhaps we could get some bits of dragon ship repair out of it. Alright, there we go. Very minimal losses, no problem at all, minus me almost getting the Mist Mage killed. Just didn't have the range on that Gem of Sunfire to cast it on the enemy artillery, so I just had to take a few mortar shells to the face of a few Lothern Sea Guard before our Illyrian Reavers did the work. And do the work they did, all hovering between 8 and 10. Damage, which is pretty good, considering that's what a lot of the range units were hovering around, though the best performing, and got closer to 20k. The massive reload speed on the Exalted High Elven Archers also makes them really put in the work, and good for them. Alright, pretty happy with the result, and with that the Dread Fleet is destroyed, and this major threat to our convoys is going to be gone. We can... We can sack it, but at the same time, it might cost just as much to repair and just occupy it, whatever. It might cost us just as much to repair it as it would to do that, so yeah. You can also go immediately into trade tariffs and get us a little bit of extra cash. Lovely. Also, the Great Ocean Galleon's Graveyard blurb will deal with you in a second, and the Dread Fleet destroyed. I would like to... I thought I saw the wrong mount. Yes, you. Chariot. No chariot. I might actually keep you on foot in this army, although the Barded Ithilmar steed would allow you to advance with the Illyrian Reavers, Exalted Illyrian Reavers, and with the aura that you have, the bolstered defense, plus the sense of duty giving you hold the line, could give them 10 more melee defense if you really wanted to. I'll think about it. For now, stay on foot. For later, we shall see. You can, in the meantime, get a second point of Militia Master and now start going through Bowmaster. Also good. Mist Mage, I would like you... I mean, we're not going to get attack here, but... you know what? You're probably better off getting another spell, just so that you can cast them. I'm gotta go with Ledriel Shred. Hopefully we can get the Overcast soon. You can replenish troops maxed out and can go for Esteemed Combatant into Hero, like so. And then you, Handmaiden, can go for nothing. We need Hawkish Precision as fast as elvingly possible, so, and just wait for that. Also, Trillion, we now have only 2 turns to get to somewhere. Ooh, another island. I guess there's, technically speaking, the Zarmuta Triangle if we want to fight the Chaos Dwarves here, but there may be more critical stuff. Britannia is just destroyed. I don't even know if there's any of it left. We should probably go over there and check. It is also only a matter of time until the Cult of Pleasure declares war on us, so that'll happen. Do we have diplomatic contact with them? We do. You know what? Maybe we'll send you over there to get friendly. Oh, wow. Oh. Minus 33 prejudice. 10 of that is from the Sword of Khaine, but we'll get rid of that soon.
You have use of my power.
Oh, and then 25 because we have Tyrion and the world is upset about that whole situation. Yeah. Anyway, I'd love to get one of these, but I don't know if we'll have the money at the end of the turn, so let's see what we have to see. Kevin, you are going north, sir. Go to Evershale.
Going ashore.
Like so. And then proceed to deliver all of this stuff. Ooh, although, while here, you could grab a couple of white lions. This does not reduce white lion recruitment, neither does this, so we can get them as cheaply as we can here right now. It's gonna cost us 4K though. Can we afford it? First of all, build the Elven Artisan here. We're ignoring the gate. I would love to build... No, we're waiting for the marble quarry. Alright, so then you, Lothern, will upgrade the Elven Fairground, and then Liaquin will go here. And I'm going to just pop Benati into your army as well. Actually, Benati, go... I was about to say boost income, but for now I guess you're fine. Go into Liaquin's army. Like so. And then here we will build up the Cinnabar Mine. And... I guess there's no need to switch to growth because one of these will be upgradable next turn anyway, so, or shortly. Then you can go here. There we go. And we will, we got several buildings that need to be built, including a port, which will also give us further recruitment cost reduction for all units per port. Oh, that's interesting. So if we get a province with 4 ports, that would be really good for recruitment. Anyway. I guess we do have enough. We won't have then enough for everything, but we can get the first 4 white lions after we use the influence thing again. Just to get them their XP. They're pretty darn fragile. It's here. Need by experience, even? Yes.
Your service is
oh, damn it, I forgot that we could switch the commandment again. Alright, fine, just switch for next turn. Not a big deal. I guess it doesn't matter because it's not like there's anything to build here. I'm gonna keep forgetting that, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I guess then we could recruit at the edge of the range here, so go... Wait, how much money will this save us? 200 gold per turn? Yeah, alright, fine. Wait the turn. It's a little bit extra. We'll take it. Alright, next up, then, if we do that, we actually do have room to pick a money tech, which means I think we're going to go for the Waystone Network. Action, success chance, and campaign movement range. I also note that this gives us additional diplomatic relations with High Elves, which may mean additional earlier confed, hopefully. And yeah, we gotta get you fighting somebody. Even with the level that we have, you're not confeding yet. How about you? Minus 68. Hopefully you lose your army fighting... Leif Gulbrandson or somebody. Can Tor Corrali fall? Probably not to this guy's army, at least I doubt it. Alright. In that case then, we will skip. Did I do diplomacy? I don't know, we're about to find out. I did not do diplomacy. Jade Court. You are fighting... You're not fighting Heshwatla. That's good. Let's trade with you. Like so. Daughters of the Forest. I have not decided whether we're trading with you or we're killing you. You do have an elven colony at Arnheim. I guess we could always cancel the agreement later on. Talashtalan is dead. No need to do anything with you.
I think not.
I guess we'll trade with them for now and then we'll see. It's free money for now. You know, there's basically no way to get that elven colony from them, but anyway. I also don't want to fight over the ancient city of Quintex, which we probably will want for ourselves, unless I'm mistaken. So there is that to consider. You are not rank 12 yet, but you're getting there. And I believe now we're ready to end the turn. So turn we shall end like so. Not forgetting anything? I don't know, if I'm too late. Maddie's sword. Ooh, I should have taken Tyrion out of the Twisted Glade, and then... because they're going to besiege us. Because their faction is dead. But well, what can you do? And there they go, and there's the besiegement, so Tyrion won't heal this turn. Yeah, that's why I said I should have... Well, I guess we would have suffered attrition either way. Because if we had gotten out of the settlement, then yeah. No big. Though I hate to waste a turn healing when we have very limited time with the first level of the Sword of Khaine. I wanted to take Bellacor's head with it, but... Alrighty, and we are, I believe, looking good here. Nothing further. Nothing further. Alright, War Banner and Khaine's Ring of Fury. All we need to deal with, and it's another Bound Fiery Convocation. We need to get the 100 extra money per turn. Although if we recruit now, it's not going to be the same. But anyway. Summon Besieged, Seafarer. Campaign movement range, good. Technology researched, I mean. Mighty Fortress, mightiest fortress issued. Then you, sir. We'll have you attack. Can I not click you? Yes, I can. To maybe get the additional XP. Like so. And we will auto-resolve this. It'll kill some of the garrison, but everybody else should be fine. Alright, and then we'll take the money on you. Lovely. And... with that, the drowned are destroyed. Isn't it beautiful? Eataine, were you moving in to help out? Ooh, rank Shadow Walkers. Good for you. Now. I wonder, would you, Alistair, be able to take this? Probably not at your current HP. But at full HP you probably will, meaning you can probably send Tyrion to grab this Sea Corpse and move out this way instead. I'd rather him not waste his time. Oh, plus he's getting close to rank 20, which will mean access to other... Armor piercing damage plus 10, armor piercing damage plus 5, and frankly it's actually better on somebody like these guys. Yeah, but I don't want the auto-resolve sometimes focuses units that you give banners to, so I'm just not gonna trust it. Ransom the captives, please. Alrighty, Ithilmar chariot for Caradrian on a chariot. That just feels wrong. Bard Ithilmar steed, sir, and then Captain the Phoenix Guard for obvious reasons. We'll want the... You have 3 points. I'm going to say the casualty punishment trait for the Phoenix. We need... oh, only 2 points for Mark of Asuryan. Alright, let's get Silent Focus for the campaign movement range, though I fear we're getting close to the max. And yeah, the Phoenix keeps getting hurt, so... We get the Mark of Asuryan, giving us magical attacks, effect range for Mark of Asuryan, which is a mini Mortis engine effect. But actually, it's not mini at all. Nice. Well, that should hurt. Alright, good for you. And 8,000 gold. Good, 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 good. Then, you need to keep moving, but stay in this area to heal while you do. So march stance or full speed stance. You're still on the Forbidden Coast. There is no further islands up here, so we're starting to move this way towards Bellacore. And we'll need to deal with him, and I take it he's right here, judging by this movement. Unless that's Slave Goldbranson, but even if it is, we should be fine. Otherwise, I do believe this little army... Okay, first of all, you, Trillion, go here. Get us a trillion tech thieveries. And there's a couple of islands for Cadril to pick up. Alright, go, go, go. I believe our Lothern Seaguard have earned their names, so let's do the shielded ones, because they're definitely being kept in this army. These guys might get replaced by Gate Guard in this army, or at least 2 Gate Guard, just to buff up the other units around them, because they have a buff. Yeah, seems like the thing to do. Anyway, you are going to be Ocean's Elven. Pretty solid contender for top name so far. Mathlan Patrollers. I don't remember if I said this, but in this particular campaign, just like the Bretonia campaign, I'm going to sort of make a list and check it twice. The top 1 or top 3, depending, of my favorite names are definitely going to be added to the sort of, I don't know, community best names list or something like that, and highlighted and whatnot. Yeah, anyway. Because we do get some good ones often. Shore Watchers? Yes, alright. That's all 4 of you. I'm surprised Tide's Piercing Reach actually fit. Either way, this is a mysterious island, meaning we're free to march stance. Grab this. Ooh. By being garrisoned, it's 500 gold cheaper to have this army. Fortified Grog? Another curse of cannibalism? Wow, okay. I mean, I'm not complaining, but that's a lot of cannibalism. It's kind of concerning. Anyway, there's another island down here. It will put us in sight of Zarmuda, but I mean, we're out here already, and we're so close to it. I feel like we should go grab it. Why leave it to the Chaos Dwarfs, even at the cost of a little bit of attrition? Then we do have some more building to be building. Where? Here. And we are in the right place, so go back to Lothern, both of you. It'll be a bit until... Oh, actually, next turn. Yeah, whatever. Lothern, let's go. Port 1, 1,000 gold. It's reasonable. And wine, alright. Then, here, what do we have? We have lack of an elven craftsman here in the Tower of Lysanne. Technically speaking, I did want the Gateguard garrison. However, because we have wood here... It's better to recruit the Gateguard here because they'll be reduced by 30%. And we will most likely eventually build a Gateguard garrison here. In the meantime, the Tower of Lysanne, we can build something else. So we can build the Promenade for money. Does do anything for us? Defensive supplies and stuff. Gateguard garrison 6 Gateguard too. It's pretty good. We could do the Elven Garden, another Elven Garden for a... or another Elven Embassy. Additional influence versus additional noble capacity versus additional money and control, though admittedly the control isn't super critical here. All great options, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to say start with the embassy. It does give us tariffs faction-wide, which is somewhat decent. We don't yet have enough entertainment building buffs, but there is also the adjacency bonus to consider, which makes it somewhat worth our time. Yeah. Plus it's income from ports within the province, and we do have the Great Gates of Lothern, which should make some decent cash. Though I haven't done the math as to whether the Promenade is actually better or not. And I have no intention of doing so, at least not right now. Anyway, Kevin, now you can recruit 1, 2, 3, 4 White Lions, and I guess 1, 2, 3, 4 War Lions. That should be sufficient for now. Let's get at least 1 more Great Eagle. That one for Ilarial, admittedly, but I know should be good. And that'll actually max out your army. Frankly, I'm almost inclined to say we get rid of these 2 and then replace them with a couple of Skycutters that we can put into an army. Oh, although... these are the regular Skycutters, though eventually we could upgrade them to Bolt Thrower Cutters. I just figure if it's just for the purpose of siege attack, or I'd rather have a Bolt Thrower Sky Cutter rather than an actual bolt thrower in this army, most likely. But I will once again think about it. And definitely for Alistar, who will definitely want Siege Attacker. Yeah.
Speak.
Alright, I think we'll let the heavy arrowheads go. And just to make room for them. Alright, good enough. And then we got a little bit of time so we can stay in Rally Citizen Militia. There's nobody to recruit here, and there are no hero additional capacities. I also want to double check the Lords, which we haven't done in a while. Exemplar. Ooh. Exemplar's really good. Man, I feel like we gotta get you on field. Oh, we can get you on field at rank 3 here. Any good princes, incidentally? Resistance is fine. I do like the missile resistance 20%, but it's nothing crazy. Compared. It seems the princesses just plain have better traits. There's also punitive, which is amazing for arrangements. Oh, you can get crushing as a trait. Oh, that's actually pretty good. If we could get this guy with crushing and then... Ornithophile. Great Eagles and Sky Cutters. Speed plus 40% for them. That's also tempting. We could, in theory, make Arathon a Sea Helm. I wonder if we can get Ornithophile on Princes. Remains to be seen. Either way, I feel like we gotta pick up the Exemplar because plus 30% speed for Chariots and Sky Cutters is just fantastic. And we will want a Chariot-heavy army. Though I hate to waste 100 influence on this when we could take an office. I think we'll get you on field, then we will get you Inspiring Presence and Route Marcher, and then we will disband you because we're not wasting the money right now. We'll most likely could use you as a follower lord, but not immediately. Replace lord... shouldn't it be disband, not replace? Disband. There you go. Alrighty. And since we still have money remaining, we're free to take one of these guys. You know, I'm very tempted to just go for court advisors into rapid resettlement. The fact is, getting the maximum number of convoys increasing by one will pay for itself eventually. It'll take some time, but it will. And on top of that, I love the convoy battles. They're just so dang fun, so I feel like it would be... Hey, Sapphire Confederation! Fantabulous. Alright, well, we're taking this for obvious reasons.
What request would you make of the
Perfection. Alright. Oh, that is a perfect note to nearly end the episode on. I will pop you into Rebuild Lost Splendor. We will deal with the admin next time. You have to deal with the Confederation malices as well, but it is what it is. Bellinaire the Wise, I want to see what your unique stuff is. So, upkeep reduction minus 30% for Swords Masters of Hoeth, unsurprisingly. You have a free Arcane Conduit, meaning, what do you get here? Greater Arcane Conduit and regular Arcane Conduit. What else do you have? So you have your items, and we have to pick between one of these. The first gives us capacity for mages. That's pretty neat. Research rate control. Wins a magic cost for all spells reduction and guiding the youth. Fair enough. And then the oldest lore master, Teclis's teacher. Yeah, it's alright. What do we have here? Warden of Sapphire. Melee attack when unknown or allied provinces. Web of Death. Your action cost minus 15 all characters. This is Blade. What do we have here? So basically we choose between mages or lore masters. Ooh, this does buff the Swords Masters and Lore Masters, so yeah, we're probably gonna go for the Blade here. Look, casting is alright, but this guy taught Teclis everything he knew, and now we can take Teclis for a mage if we really wanted to. Alright, this guy's looking pretty good. Wait, what? Passive ability, Greater Arcane Conduit. Greater Arcane Conduit here. Alrighty, well that is of no use. Somebody didn't think that through. Oh, also you will need to be reset, I think. And we get this at rank 10, so yeah. Although it'll probably be a bit until we can get Swords Masters, unfortunately. Ooh, we do have we have a Source of Iron here, right? Yeah, and Torfanu, which will make it cheaper to recruit Swords Masters here, go figure. Meaning we may want to keep the Elven Forge around just for the cheaper recruitment. I do like the fact that we have a Farrier here, but, okay, again, like I said, we are going to have to deal with this, we're going to have to deal with this next time. So, I am going to call this episode here because we're out of time. Next time, some of this will have to go, but some of them we'll have to keep because we're just losing an extra 4,000 gold per turn plus this. Free Mistmage. Income from all buildings. You might actually be worth keeping around for a little while because in Lothern you more than pay for yourself. And then you have a Mage of Life with Animal Whisper. Barrier for all high... Are you a special character? Barrier for all high elf monsters and beasts. This is really interesting. Funnily enough, there was a hero or a lord that gave a plus 1,000 barrier to all Oceanids and the sea elementals, which I assume would stack with this. Slippery Loner. Passive ability, Loner. Spell Mastery, no friendly units in range. Hero action succession. Oh, huh. Funnily enough, we could probably level you up as a tech thief for a while. Might be a good idea before we do anything else with you. I guess we could send you out here to steal tech from Grom the Paunch and level that way and just not take too many points in other things. It's not like you'll immediately get into a fight. I like it. Alright, we'll do this, and then we'll deal with this and all the extra stuff next time. Unfortunately, this will hurt our friendliness, but yeah, we'll probably want to pump up the relationship with Coril in order to do the same thing there. All right, I'm excited. More lords, and our campaign has gone pretty well so far. We'll also maybe try to trade the Twisted Glade for Val's Anvil, but next time, stay tuned for more Tyrion. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially the threshold for the double episodes if you're into that sort of thing on Saturday. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.